Okay, so we are reviewing part 2 for your final exam, and make sure you take notes. We're going to talk about ratios and proportions first today. Okay, so it says, I lost my place. Use cross products to determine whether each pair of ratios form a proportion. So remember, they form a proportion if when you cross multiply, both sides equal each other. So we're going to cross multiply and see if the numbers equal. So 3 times 14 is 42, and 2 times 21 is also 42. So since those numbers equal each other, we're going to say, yes, this is a proportion. So that's it. These are real quick. You just cross multiply and you'll have the answer. All right, so let's try the next one. 8 times 18.
144.
Is it? I don't know. Are you guessing? Hold on, we're going to use it. 9 times 12. 108. So do these two numbers equal each other? No, they do not. So this is not a proportion. All right, so that's all there is to this section. Okay, so now we're going to solve some proportions. These are called proportions because these two ratios equal each other, but we have a missing number. So to find the missing number, we're going to cross multiply and then solve the equation. So 4 times 10 and 2 times x. Now what do I do?
No, divide by both sides.
Yep. And 40 divided by 2 is? Yes. Okay. So that's it. Just cross multiply and solve the equation. So now why don't you pause and try number 4 by yourself.
15 times 6, which equals 90.
90. Yes.
And then you bring that down, and then you do equals 5x.
Good.
And then you divide 5 by both sides, and then you cross out the 2 5s and bring the x down. 90 divided by 5 is 1.8. 80.
18.
That's what I meant to say.
Yes.
That's what I
Good.
said.
Wow, that was excellent. All right. We are going to review the coordinate plane now. So we're going to go ahead and draw it right on your paper, or if you have graph paper, draw it on there. Okay. So there's my coordinate plane, and what do I call this line right here?
The x-axis.
That is correct. And what do I call this line right here?
Y-axis.
Yes. And right now, I want you to pause and label as much of the coordinate plane as you can. And then we'll do more when we come back. Okay, so here we go. We're going to label everything else. Remember, the center is called the origin. And that's where we have 0, 0.
Same thing, I wrote that.
And if I label my quadrants, then if I label some numbers in each direction, now remember, you want to have your numbers evenly spaced. Okay? So if you're using graph paper, use the lines on the graph paper. I'm just going to call that 4 and 5 because I blocked up the rest with my words. So this is negative. And this is negative also. And then if we go ahead and do the xy, which some of you did, in this quadrant, x and y are both positive. In quadrant 2, x is negative, but y is positive. In quadrant 3, they're both negative. And in quadrant 4, x is positive, but y is negative. So write all that down and we'll be right back. All right, so the rest of this section will just be plotting points. So remember, when you are plotting x, you're going to go left or right first. And when you're plotting y, you're going to go up or down first. You go right if the number is positive, left if it's negative, and you go up if it's positive and down if it's negative for y. All right? And so that's all for our review today. We'll do more on Monday.